Hello there everybody, Billybo10K here, bringing you another tier list video, and today we're doing a very weird tier list video. We are going to be ranking nothing to do with gaming. We're going to be ranking British chocolate bars. For those of you that don't know, I'm a chocoholic. I am a self-appointed chocoholic who loves to nom on all the chocolate possible, and almost every single one of these brands I have had at some point, and there are so many missing from here that we could add in as well, and I want to share my love of chocolate with all of you, and that is what I'm going to be doing today with this Tier Maker UK Chocolate Bars tier list. It was on the website. There are probably a few others, like I can see there's no crunchies here, which is shocking because, oh wait, no, there is crunchies. Ignore me, it's right there. Okay, in that case, I have no issues. But remember, if you enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell for notifications about all my latest uploads. And if you want to see more tier list videos, I am planning on starting a new series called Tier List Tuesdays and Tier List Thursdays, because, you know, alliteration is fucking great. I'm going to be doing tier list videos both days on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week on subjects that I want to do, probably gaming related, sometimes won't be, but you know, it's good to have a series ongoing. I really need that in my channel right now, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So today, we're talking about British chocolate. If you're American and you've never heard of any of these chocolates, oh, you're in for a ride. So let's start with the basic-ass Dairy Milk. Dairy Milk comes in many different varieties. There's the Oreo Dairy Milk, there's Caramel Dairy Milk, which is right there. But obviously, we are going to be going with the traditional, just milk chocolate Dairy Milk. This is basically your vanilla chocolate bar. It's pretty basic. It is like a baby's first chocolate, to be quite frank. And it is a really good chocolate bar. I personally, though, wouldn't have it at S tier. The simple fact is, while I love Dairy Milk, and I love the various chocolate bars that the Dairy Milk brand create, I have to admit that it's not my go-to chocolate bar. Definitely not. That goes to a different brand. However, Dairy Milk is completely A tier. If someone bought me some Dairy Milk, I'm in. I'm down. Let's go. Dairy Milk Caramel is a different story, though, because the caramel consistency is very odd in comparison to the caramel that you would expect from a Dairy Milk. It actually pairs really well, and I would actually put the caramel version in S tier. I think Caramel Dairy Milk is just absolutely gorgeous. Crunchy is next. Crunchies are brilliant. They are these milk chocolate bars, but inside it's made of like honeycomb and honey, and it's just got this really sweet taste. And for anyone who is a sweet fan like myself, you're gonna love these. They can be, as said, very crunchy, and if you're looking for a softer chocolate, probably not the one for you. I always used to buy crunchies after school all the time at the little petrol station right by the school. It was heaven. They were so cheap, they were so tasty, and honestly, they are one of my favorite actual chocolate bars here, so I'm actually going to put it S tier, and I'm putting it above Dairy Milk Caramel. Aero Orange. Now, I have had all the Aero brands before, but Aero Orange is probably the one that I'm the least interested in. I like orange-flavored chocolate, but I prefer Terry's Chocolate Orange, which sadly hasn't made it onto this list. Aero Chocolate Orange, compared to the other two Aero brands, just doesn't really do it as much for me, and honestly, I'm just not that big of a fan, so I'm probably going to have to put it in C tier. This is for Kinder. These are the Kinder chocolates. I recognize the branding, and Kinder Chocolate for me is also just one of my guilty pleasures. I love the milk taste, I love the sweetness, I love Kinder Eggs, I love Kinder Chocolate Bars. They had these little snack packs where you could buy, I think it was either 12 or 16 in one go, and I would always splash out when I had the chance. Honestly, for me, this goes above Caramel, but beneath Crunchy, simply because Crunchies were more accessible. Picnic bars, I did not like as a kid. I bet I would like them now, though. The simple fact is, I have grown to really enjoy kind of like, you know, nutty, fruity chocolate bars. That being said, I barely bought Picnic as a kid, and I feel like I can't really judge it right now. I can't really put it in S or A tier because it's just been so long since I've had a Picnic. But simply because it is probably one of the healthiest alternatives on this list, I am going to pop it at a B tier. Toffee Crisp, it's alright. It's not the best thing in the world. I can't say I necessarily would pick it. It's a bit generic, to be honest. It's kind of like, you've got Toffee Crisp, but then you've got Dime and Fudge, which kind of do it better. Same with Chomp. And Toffee Crisp I always felt was just one of the weaker of these style of chocolate bar, especially when you compare it to Lion, for example. Like, really, Toffee Crisp is definitely a C tier. I'd say above Aero Orange myself, but definitely C tier. Fry's Peppermint Cream I have never had, however, I'm just going to put After Eights there instead, because it's basically the same thing. And if we're talking about After Eights, then they go above Crunchies. Like, let's pretend this is After Eights and not Fry's Mint Cream. After Eights are fucking amazing. They are the best in the fucking world. I love mint chocolate. It's one of my favorite things in the universe, and that just goes straight on top of S tier. Milky Way's a little bit generic. Not the biggest fan. I actually prefer Milky Bar, which isn't on this list. Milky Way is one of those things where it's like you get them in a box of Celebrations and, you know, you'll eat them, but you're not really interested in them. You'd rather have the Maltesers, which are also missing, by the way. So I'm probably gonna have to put Milky Way maybe at, like, honestly, like, low C tier. I would probably go for the Aero Orange before the Milky Way, because the Milky Way is just so fucking generic. Aero normal chocolate is alright. I'm not gonna say I really enjoy it, because I think the Mint is the only good Aero brand in my opinion. I love Aero in that it's made with all these little bubbles, so that when you eat it in your mouth, the bubbles kind of pop, and it's just a kind of nice feeling. That being said, I would probably put Aero probably like high C tier, but definitely not B or A tier. Twirls are fucking fantastic. They are flaky, they are crunchy. They do tend to kind of get everywhere if you're not careful, but I used to buy Twirls just as much as I bought Crunchies. However, I would say they're more of a B/A tier. I would say maybe low A tier chocolate bar. They're not the first thing I would buy, and they are simply just milk chocolate but a bit flaky. But I really love a good Twirl, and I thought they were just divine. Karamak, I think that's what that's called. I haven't had one of these in a long time, but I remember liking them. However, it's kind of a similar situation to Picnic. I literally haven't had them in so long that I'm just gonna have to pop them where they are. Gonna pop it underneath Picnic, because I feel like Picnic is just a bit more of a high-class chocolate bar. Whispers, in my opinion, A tier above Dairy Milk. Whispers, aside from Crunchies, were the ones I bought the most. Twirls were like a close like third or fourth. But Whispers, for me, for some reason, were always the best. They had this kind of like, similar to an Aero, they had this sort of texture that was kind of soft and really interesting and pleasing to the mouth. So I really enjoyed a good Whisper. Toblerone is S tier. I'm like, is anyone denying that? Like, it's probably like one of my favorites. The nougat, the nuttiness, the kind of the triangular pieces that you can eat. The fact that it's a meme in the anime community due to Neo Yokio. I mean, honestly, Toblerone, yes. Toblerone, queen. Toblerone deserves to be an S tier, and anyone who says otherwise, well, you're just wrong. Kit Kat Chunky. Oh, this is a bit of a controversial one, because Kit Kat obviously comes from Nestle, who aren't really known for treating their workers very well, and one of my old geography teachers saw me eating a Kit Kat Chunky and got so upset because I was eating a chocolate that was not really sourced well and was created via bad working conditions. But the thing is, I just really like chocolate. I actually prefer the original Kit Kats to Kit Kat Chunky. Kit Kat Chunky, in my opinion, is a very low B tier. It's alright, but honestly, the original Kit Kat has way more appeal because the little Kit Kat you can break into little chunks, you can share with your friends. It's got that nice snap that the Kit Kat Chunky simply doesn't have. And for that, Kit Kat, top of A tier. Top of A tier. Fry's Chocolate Cream. Obviously, as I said, I have never had the peppermint cream, but I just made that after 8s. I can't really make this into another chocolate bar, so I'm gonna have to put this in never had trash as fuck tier, simply because, you know, I've never really had it. Lyon Bars. Okay, now, funny story. Very recently, I bought a 40-pack of Lyon Bars, and I had them all, and oh, I love them so much. They are just... I don't think I like them as much as Crunchies, and definitely not as much as Caramel, but they are my S tier. I know some people are going to disagree with that. They're going to think maybe Lion is more of like an A tier or a B tier snack, but for me, yes, S tier. Aero Mint. Ooh. This is tough, because I actually don't think the mint flavor is the best mint flavor out there, but I really like a good Aero Mint. Like, I would say it is A tier, probably above Whisper, beneath Kit Kat, not S tier in my opinion, but certainly deserves its spot there in A tier. Bounty is one of those ones that you're either going to love or you're going to hate, depending on whether you enjoy coconut or not. I am personally not a fan of coconut. I don't really enjoy the graininess of the coconut and how it kind of gets stuck in your teeth, and it's just a bit hard to swallow. I prefer smoother chocolates, and Bounty just never really did it for me. That being said, I recognize that a lot of people love Bounty, and I would actually put it above a lot of these C tier options, simply because these things, like, I would probably even eat a Bounty over a C tier option down here at this point, so Bounty is going to be what I'm going to pick there. Bourneville Classic I've never had, so I'm going to pop that in the Trash AF Never Had tier. Chomp is like, it's like a baby chocolate bar, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Chomp is not the chocolate bar you go as an adult. This is like the sort of thing that you would give your child, same with Fudge. And Chomp is, it's alright, it's a lot more chewy than I remember. Like, it's not something that you just kind of like chew through and it just melts in your mouth. No, you have to actually properly chew a Chomp, and I think that is a good sign of a good quality product. I'm going to put it at low B tier, underneath Karamak, because I think Karamak is better, but above Kit Kat Chunky, because Kit Kat Chunkies are weird. Crunch. Crunches are actually not just British, they are in other countries as well. I remember buying them here in Spain, actually. And I really like Crunches. They have this weird cereal texture, I believe, if I'm recalling correctly. And at least the ones that I bought had a cereal sort of texture, and I really liked that. It kind of reminded me of eating, like, maybe chocolate rice puffs or Cocoa Puffs or something, but in the crunch. And not only that, but I really like the design of the bar. It's not uniform, it is a lot more freeing and exciting, and I would definitely put it high B tier. I think it's one of those things that if you buy that for a kid, they're going to enjoy it. Curly Whirlies are amazing, but they are a bitch to clean up for. Quite simply, the issue with Curly Whirlies is that they are they kind of look like DNA strands of chocolate with little holes in the middle, and you bite down on them and it's really tough caramel and toffee. And the problem is the chocolate around that caramel and toffee tends to kind of crumble and collapse, so unless you've got the full bar in your mouth, it's just going to kind of get on your shirt, get on your shorts, and that's just not really the best thing for a chocolate bar. We don't want to make a mess. That being said, if you're giving this to a child, like, they are going to have an absolute field day with it, and I really like a Curly Whirly every now and then. They also have a very good bending texture. Like, this is one of the rare chocolate bars that you can actually kind of bend and get away with. So Curly Whirly for me, honestly, I would say low A tier. It's definitely a chocolate bar that is just really, really nice, and I really enjoy it. Dime, though. Can we talk about Dime? Oh my god, Dime are great. They are like these hardened toffee, bite-sized, crunches. You can basically there's chocolate on the outside, and then you bite in, and it's like this really tough kind of crunchy sort of like toffee nut flavor, and it's nothing like any of the other caramel things that you get on this list, and I love them. Like, they are easily, I would say, above crunchy. I would buy a pack of these and just snack on them, and I would just forget the time, forget the day. They are that good. They are probably my favorite caramel based, toffee based, nutty based chocolate bar that the UK has. Double Deckers are kind of marshmallowy type chocolate bars. It's like a chocolate bar with marshmallows and little kind of biscuits in the middle as well, and I really like Double Deckers on occasion. I can't say that I would go out and really get a Double Decker straight off the bat. I think I would probably get it more than a Karamak, not as much as a Picnic. But the thing is, Double Deckers are great, just not in in moderation, they're great. If you eat too many of them, no, it's going down a bad path. Flakes are fucking classics. Like, I'm gonna put this above the peppermint cream, not because I would buy a flake more than anything, but simply because the flake is one of the most iconic British chocolate bars of all time. The flakes that go in your ice creams and the ice cream vans in the UK are these flakes. They are the most iconic chocolate bar out there, and if you ever get an ice cream, put a flake in it. It's so fucking good. There's a reason why flakes get sold at Costa Coffee and Starbucks sometimes in the UK, because they're just that damn good. Fudge, ooh, basic bitch, basically. I would put that down by Milky Way. I'm not the biggest fan of fudge. I will eat them if they are in one of the Celebrations packs, or I think they're in the Heroes pack of chocolates at Christmas, but, you know, I wouldn't really, like, go for them that much. They're not the best thing in the world. Mars, obviously, is a classic. I would actually put it in B tier, simply because I personally wouldn't go for Mars above a lot of these other brands. That being said, I know how important Mars is, and I'm going to be putting it at the very top of B tier because I have respect for the brand. Milky Bar white chocolate, one of the only white chocolates that we actually really get in the UK, is definitely going in A tier. I would actually put that above Aero, below Kit Kat, because I think Kit Kat is a bit better, and I really like white chocolate Kit Kats as well. But Milky Bar is so good. It has just this really nice, perfect taste. However, moving on from Milky Bar, Galaxy. This is a Galaxy Ripple, but if we're including the entire Galaxy brand, like, this deserves its own tier. That's how good I consider Galaxy to be. I think Galaxy deserves to have its own tier because it is that amazing. And in fact, I'm actually going to see if I can add a new tier, and I can. And we are gonna we're just gonna fucking give it this, and it's fucking it's Galaxy, bitch. Let's spell that right. Come on, spell it right. It's Galaxy, bitch. There we go. It gets its own tier. It is that fucking good. It is the best fucking thing in the world. Galaxy is our best chocolate. Anyone who denies that is fucking wrong. And your opinion doesn't matter if you think Galaxy is bad. Snickers is obviously iconic the world over. I'm not a fan. I've never been really a fan of the nutty caramel flavor of Snickers because it's very nutty, and I was never a big fan of, ironically, I was never a big fan of nuts in my chocolate when I was younger, despite the fact I'm gay, so, you know, that's funny. But I'm probably going to put Snickers, I would say, above Mars, simply because I would go for a Snickers more than a Mars, but I would not put it in A tier, just on a personal preference. Star Bar, never had. I've never had the opportunity to try one of these, which is a real shame. Same with Topic, and actually same with Whisper Golden and Turkish Delights. I'm just going to dump those in the never had category. None of these are trash, by the way. It's just the never had. Lastly, we've got these three. We've got Timeout. I have not had a Timeout in so long. I genuinely don't remember what they taste like. That being said, just simply for this branding alone, it's getting low B tier, simply because, you know, it doesn't deserve to be in C tier. Look at that branding. If I remembered what it tasted like, I would probably put it higher, knowing me, but I like the design, and I wish I could try more of them. Twix is the only one of, like, the big three, which is Mars, Snickers, and Twix, that I'm going to be putting in A tier, and I would probably put it above a 12. Not above Dairy Milk. I think I'd have a Dairy Milk over a Twix. But I really like with Twixes where you take the bar and you bite the caramel off, but you leave the biscuit. Does anyone else do that? Does anyone else just bite the caramel off and then leave the biscuit, and then maybe if you've got a hot cup of tea, you can just dip the biscuit into the tea and you can eat it like that? It's just, oh, it's so good. You have no idea. And lastly, we have Yorkie bars, made for men and only men, no women allowed. That's on the branding, I'm not making that up. Yorkie bars are just chunky chocolate, and honestly, they're a bit shit, I'm not gonna lie. I would honestly put it like, the last chocolate I would really want to buy is a Yorkie, simply because the chocolate is chalky. It is really chalky, and it doesn't really agree with my taste buds at all, and I'm just not a big fan of that. So this is my UK chocolate tier list. This is the true tea of this list, and these are the chocolates that I personally enjoy. For me, if like, look, you ever meet me, you ever wanna see me IRL, you ever wanna get in my good favors, just buy me anything from Galaxy bitch or S tier, and you fucking got a winning, you win. Like, you buy any of this for me, and well, you've got my loyalty for life. Buy anything from A, B, or C tier, and you can just get the fuck out. But if you want me to try the trash AF / never had tier, that works as well. So thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. For those of you UKites out there, that's not a word, what are your favorite chocolates? Take the tier maker list and try it out down below for yourselves. Links are in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications about all my latest uploads. God, that bell went so well today. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.